Ladies and gentlemen, those who are listening to us, welcome to the session of the Career Academy. Today at Corporate Career Academy, we are looking at preparing for the next job interview. Preparing for job interview has been one of the most challenging situations for people who are joining the job market. Those who want to change career or those who are intending to, again, start their new career. So today we are privileged to have Maureen from Brighter Monday. Brighter Monday is the largest recruitment firm in Kenya. They are here to talk to us about how to write your CV. So today, Maureen will be taking us through creating a winning CV, our cover letter, personal branding. She'll be talking about how to prepare for the interview and the careers after COVID 2020. So ladies and gentlemen, may we now welcome Maureen to talk to us. Maureen, you welcome, talk to us. Those who are watching us, for those who have tuned into our Zoom channel, there are also those who are following us through the Facebook live page. We are live on our Facebook page, Corporate Career Academy. We also live on, this recording will also be available in our YouTube channel. We ask you to just subscribe to our YouTube channel, Corporate Career Academy, and again, like our page so that you can get future updates of such. Maureen, welcome to our session of the Corporate Career Academy. You are welcome to guide us on the way forward. Karibu sana, Maureen.
Asante sana. It's a pleasure to be here today. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, thanks. So thank you for giving me this opportunity to share our insights with you as Brighter Monday. And I'm glad to see guys joining in. 16 participants so far, so it's a good start. So yeah, we'll not talk about much. Like we said, we have just four pointers that we need to talk about today. So that's going to be how to create a winning CV and a cover letter, how to start your job search after school, how to the career strategies that you can do after COVID, and how to prepare for an interview. So I'm just going to start. This is my screen I'll be sharing just right now. So we'll start with how to prepare a CV and a cover letter. So I'll just, in between the session, if anyone has a question, you can ask as we go along. So I'll start with maybe explaining what a CV is, what is a resume and what is a cover letter, and the difference between CV and a resume. So a CV is kind of how you explain yourself, but in length. You see, when you explain about your career, how you can explain about what you've been doing in your career. And if it's someone that is starting out, like most of you guys are, you can explain how you can position yourself to get a job after school. So this means that what you write on your CV should reflect on your personality, your skills, and the strengths that you have towards various job industries or job sectors that you might be interested to get into. On the other hand, a resume is a short and a precise summary of whatever you had on your CV. So a CV is lengthy, it can be 2-3 pages, but a resume is always just a page, and it contains everything that you have on your CV, but in a very compressed summary. So that is the difference. There's not much difference between the two. So you'll find that most employers in Kenya use CVs. It's very rare to find someone asking for your resume. I'm sure it's used interchangeably, but what most employers look for is always a CV. So that's why we're going to discuss how to write a CV, a winning CV for your job search. So before we get into that, there are different types of CVs. So we have the chronological CV and the skill-based CV. So a chronological CV is a CV that explains, it starts from your most recent work as you go further. So if maybe you have been working for 10 years, you can start with the current job that you're doing as you go back. A skills-based CV is mostly for people that are not in the corporate market. So for instance, niseme watu wa jua kali, most of them we make the CVs that are skill based. That means that when it doesn't matter the job that they're doing at the moment. What matters is the skills that they have for the job that they're trying to apply to. So you'll find that maybe he did something in 2018 that is relevant right now to the job he's applying to. So when you're making his CV, you'll prioritize that job before every other job. So when you look, this is what we call a skills-based CV. But for a chronological one, you just have the CVs according to the job duties that this person handled. So if they're currently working, you'll have the first as the, maybe if it's 2018, you'll have 2018 to present. Yeah, so that is the difference between the CVs. And then a cover letter. A cover letter is something that just explains your personality. It brings out yourself and how you relate to the job that you're applying to. So a cover letter is like taking your achievements from your CV and explaining them better, and then trying as much as possible to match it to the CV and to the job that you're applying to. So most of the time you'll find that a cover letter should just be one page so that it doesn't go beyond, it doesn't have to go beyond one page, because you just have to explain your achievements and why you relate to the role that they're applying to. So there are different types of cover letters. There's the application letter. This is the letter that you write it when you know about the job that you're applying to. And this is the most common type of cover letter. So when you're writing it, you address it to a specific job. You write the position that you're trying to apply to. Prospecting cover letter is maybe if you're just starting out, you can write a cover letter and then you just explain that you're looking to get a job in a particular role. You don't know which positions they have open, but you're just writing a generic cover letter that can capture any position that they might have open. So it's not something that they have. You're just prospecting. And then a networking letter is, for instance, when you go out on trainings or workshops, and then you get maybe the HR is there, you can draft a letter and then you give it to the HR. This is where the HR can use that letter to reach out to you if in case they have something that is available on their website or on their job. So it doesn't have to be towards a specific job. You just write the letter to request information that in case they have an opening or a position that you might be interested in, they can reach out to you. I hope we understood that. So a CV, like I said, the CV is lengthy and it shows your career history over time. So it can be 2 or 3 pages. It gives a general idea of the kind of person that you are and what you're going to bring to the company. So it shows out every duty that you've carried out along in your career and how to make it work for the role that you're applying to. A resume is something that you give, like I said, if you went, it's most recommended that you give out a resume because it's just a one page. So if it's just a one page, it should be easy to go through the details of whatever you have, and it creates an immediate impact to the reader, because your information in one page, you are better equipped to get the idea of what they want from knowledgeability and credibility. By professionalism, we mean that your CV should portray you as someone who is ready to get into the job market if you haven't been there yet. But if you're already working, it should portray you as someone who is good at their job and they're professional and they can handle various office structures. They can, I mean, it gives an avenue to explain yourself to a hiring person. The second thing is knowledgeability. When you write a CV, you should make sure that your CV, your CV gives out an extensive explanation of your core skills, so that when someone reads your CV, they understand what you can do and what you cannot do. They understand the types of duties that you've handled, how you work with other people, how you relate in the work office, what you can do, how your timelines work. You see, it just gives more knowledge about yourself. And then credibility is, a CV should not be something that you write lies on. So you should be able to, if you say you can do something, you should be able to do it. That is the point of being credible, so that when someone reads your CV and then they invite you for an interview, whatever you wrote on your CV is whatever you can actually do, so that you remain professional, knowledgeable, and credible for any job that you apply to. So like I explained, professionalism is a conduct, behavior, attitude of someone in a work environment. So a CV should be able to showcase your strong professional reputation, a high level of work ethic, and excellence. So whatever you write on your CV should be professional. It should not have grammatical mistakes. It should not look like something that you didn't take your time to do it. It should be something that is presentable to anyone that might get in contact with you. Knowledgeability. This is implemented in a CV by having a section in your CV that shows your technical skills, the systems you're proficient in, and such like things. So for instance, if maybe you're in accounting, you can have skills such as bookkeeping, you can have record keeping. These are things that you know how to do and you can do them if you get the job. The third thing is credibility. This is the quality of being convincing with each job application that you make. A winning CV should give you an upper hand by convincing the recruiter that you are the ideal candidate for the role. So like I said, you should not lie on your CV, because the moment you start lying on the CV, you make it hard for someone to believe you, even if you actually did know about the job, you see. So it's better to be as credible as possible when writing your CV, so that you remain someone that can be reached out to, even if you don't get the job the first time. But these people understand how you are as a person, and they can easily get back to you next time. So up to that point, does anyone have a question?
Maureen, thank you very much. I'd suggest that they can ask the question on the chat, or when you're done, then we can give them room to ask questions.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, that's how we usually do it. Just chat us, or then we ask later after your presentation. Thank you.
All right, thanks. So how to write a winning cover letter? So a winning cover letter, like I said, it should just be one page. So this one page, this is just a draft copy of what should be done. It doesn't have to be 4 paragraphs. So like paragraph 1 should describe where you saw the job advert and why you are applying for the role and your core skills. So these core skills are the ones listed in your CV. You can easily bring them out from your CV when you're explaining yourself in a cover letter. So like in paragraph 1, you can have something like, I'm writing in response to the job application that you had on your site. Then maybe you explain the core skills that you have. So for instance, you say something like, I am writing in response to the job application that I saw on your website. That is, you've already covered this bit. And then why you are applying for the role. This is where you introduce your core skills. If you're in sales, or you are good in sales, you can say, my ability to relate with customers, or my willingness to reach out to customers and understand their needs and how to, you see, it's just that makes you stand above the rest. This is what the reason you're applying for the role and why you think you fit into that role. So that is something that would come in your paragraph 1 and 2. So for instance, if you just completed your you haven't worked before, so probably the core skills that you might have in this case should be should be something like time management or flexibility or team collaboration. These are things that employers want to see for someone who is just starting out. How can you work with people? Do you know how to relate with people? Can you deliver things in the right timeline? Can you do multiple things at once? Because a lot of companies have things that are done at the same time. So can you multitask? You see? So these are things that you can cover in the first and second paragraph of your cover letter. So that when someone is reading your cover letter, they understand the kind of skills that you're willing to bring into the organization. Paragraph 3 describes how your duties and achievements can help you fulfill the requirements of this role. So for instance, if you've already worked before, this is where you bring in your achievements or the duties that you handle and how they relate to the current job that you are applying to. If you haven't been in the job market before, this is where you bring out your ability to maybe to reach your targets before the deadlines. That is something that not a lot of people can do. So when you bring it out, it brings out your skills of time management, or excellent time management skills. Or if you say that you managed to maybe you related with a lot of people and you are able to lead a group of people. You see, this is something that not everyone can lead a group. So that is something that you can say, maybe team leadership or team collaboration. When you say this, you bring out a skill about leadership or collaboration or teamwork. You see, these are core skills that you need for any role that you are applying to, especially if you're starting out. Then paragraph 4, close by indicating that you're open for further discussions over an interview. So once you're done writing your cover letter, just tell the person, you can feel free to reach out to me in case of anything or in case of any further questions. And then maybe give your number and email address, and make sure that the number and email address that you give are active addresses, that once someone tries to get in touch with you, they'll be able to get through to you. Right, so now we have an idea of how to write a cover letter and how to write a CV. So now you have your CV and your cover letter. How do you prepare for your interview? The first thing is just research about the company. You need to know what the company is doing so that you don't act like you are not interested in the role. As long as you understand the company and how it works, it will be easier for you to relate to the role that they're applying to recruit to. Because an employer needs to know, if I employ this person, can they be able to acquire the objectives that you have for the company? You see? So if you don't understand the company, you won't understand what the role is about and why you are needed for the role. The second thing, be objective about your career goals. If you're just starting out, maybe you do not know the sector that you are trying to work towards, but you have a passion for, maybe you relate well with people, or you are good in IT, or you feel like you can easily talk to people. These are things that are needed for various roles. So if you're good in IT, maybe your passion is in data entry and management. So do something that is going towards that, so that whatever you're going to get in the future is going to relate to the way you started out. So be objective about your career goals so that you understand your role and how it relates to the bigger picture. And then express yourself eloquently. So this is when you get the interview, make sure that you can be able to say exactly what you want and say exactly what answer your questions well. Once you read about the company, you will be able to gauge the kind of questions that they might ask. So this is where you have to understand the company, what they want, and what your role requires of you, and how to express that. And then this goes without saying, dress the part. Because if you don't dress the part, how will this person know that you're ready to take up that kind of role? if I can't see it from how you dress or how you talk or how you carry yourself out, it's hard to give you the role. How will I know that you can be able to achieve it? And then the last thing, after your interview, be sure that you follow up with your interviewers. Give them at least 2 weeks. If they haven't responded, just do a follow-up email. Most times you might find that they even forgot about the internship role that you are trying to apply to. But if you follow up with them, they can tell you about the status of your application. They can let you know if maybe they already found someone else. They can maybe help you understand why you did not get the role. So just try and follow up with your interviewers. Create a relationship that you can be able to develop after the interview, because you might never know where your luck may fall. And then how to build a personal branding statement. As someone who is starting out, you need something that portrays you better to the job market. So anyone who is starting out, you need to create a very strong online presence. If maybe your Facebook or your LinkedIn, or make sure that your online social presence is as clean as it can be, because a lot of employers nowadays use your social media to recruit. You might think that whatever you do on your own time does not affect how you get the job, but we've seen this happen over and over. People have lost jobs over what they post on social media. So make sure that whatever you have on social media does not affect the way you try to portray yourself to a job market, because recruiters are everywhere and they're looking for different types of things. And then network with the relevant parties. Don't just go around with anyone that you feel that can assist you in anything. Just make sure that whoever you network with is the right person. Identify your strengths and improve on them. Like I said, if your passion is in data or is in IT or something like that, make sure that you understand the kind of things that you can do and how you can make yourself better for such positions, so that when something comes up, you are able to easily transfer your skills onto the role. And then stand out with a professional career profile. So something like Brighter Monday Kenya has a website. On the website, you can create a career profile. So you see something like that, if you fill it to 100% and you fill it with the right information, you can easily be visible to employing partners or recruiting partners on our website. This is where your professionality should come out properly, so that when someone is looking at your CV or your cover letter on the career profile on Brighter Monday, they can easily understand the kind of person you are and how you're going to relate to any roles that they might have available. So make sure that every time you're online, you're trying to make your LinkedIn profile better. You're trying to make your Brighter Monday profile better. Make sure that each and every time you improve on everything else that you can do, so that by the time you're getting a job or you're applying for an internship, you have a good background that they can check on. And then participate in educational webinars and training. No one is ever too old to learn. Just try and get some new skill that you want to learn. Try and participate in different webinars, trainings, workshops. You see, these are the places that you'll get the information that you need, especially when you're starting out, because you won't find everything online. You see, some of these things you can only find when you network with other people. So if you don't attend these things, how are you able to get this information to make yourself better? So if you follow these five tips, I am sure that you're going to have a strong professional branding statement, and you can easily transfer this onto your career. And then with COVID-19, a lot has happened. People have lost jobs. It's been hard to get a job anywhere. So this is why right now we are trying to tell people to try as much as possible to be tech savvy. So develop skills that are more towards digital management. so that anything that happens, you are easily relevant to the job market. So if you didn't do it maybe in campus or in high school, try and enroll into a short course that can give you some technical skills that you can easily use in your day-to-day work. You never know where the short courses that you learn might land you, because right now there's so many courses that you can join, and you might find that maybe some of them are hours long and you get certification. So try as much as you can to get these things, so that you can get new skills, you can reskill if you already had this skill, so that each and every day you get something new, and then you challenge yourself with new ideas, you grow every day, because you never know where a job might land, where your role or you might land tomorrow or next week or next year. So as long as you're able to better relate to the job market, you can be easily picked on by a recruiter when they're looking for someone who is flexible, or someone who has already who has an idea of whatever they're trying to find, you see. So as long as you understand your role and you are easily able to adapt to new ideas, you are better equipped than someone who has not done this kind of things. So try as much as possible to make yourself better, upskill if you have to. Have people that contribute towards your growth, both your personal and your career growth. If you have friends, make sure that you're doing things that are going to gear you towards making yourselves better for the job market. It's the job market changes every day, so make sure that you stay as relevant as you can, so that each and every time something is happening, you are able to get better at it, or you are able to easily get into whatever thing that is going on. And then the last thing, network, as in you always have to do this. There's no other way we can say this, because the more you network, the more you expand the more you expand yourself to new ideas, or you expose yourself to new areas of growth. And then lastly, I think this is just CV testimonials from Brighter Monday, the series that, so Brighter Monday also offers professional advice on how to write your CVs, how to write your cover letters. So maybe you can go through the presentation, and if you still find it hard to come up with something, you might just reach out to Brighter Monday, and someone will assist you with how to write your CV, how to write your cover letter, how to make yourself better prepared for an interview. We also have a career center. You see, there are so many ways you can utilize the Brighter Monday website to get a job. It's not just about posting jobs. We also tell people how to apply to these jobs, how to get the right jobs, how to prepare for these interviews, how to improve your career, how to grow in. You see, I mean, the site is full of a lot of information, something that someone who is starting out would probably find very informative. And then maybe just if I show you a sample entry-level CV, can you guys see this?
Yes, we can.
All right. So this is just a sample for someone who is just starting out. So we'll start, these are the only important information that is needed in a CV. So most of the people someone will have their name, their gender, their marital status, their postal address. You see, a lot of information that is not necessary. The only thing that is needed on your CV is your name, your phone number, your email. If you have a LinkedIn account that is active, you can add that. If it is not active, there's no point of having it on your CV. And then this is the personal profile. This is where you talk about your core skills, what you can do, how you can work out in a certain role and stuff like that. So you see, like, this person is looking for an internship or a role that helps them grow in the department. So this is, for instance, this person is talking about teamwork and supervision. This person is talking about system administration. This person, just from reading this, you know that this person is in IT because of the kind of keywords they have used on their career, in their personal profile. So make sure that each and every time you're writing your CV, the first paragraph explains everything else that is on the CV, so that even if I don't go on your CV, if I don't go step by step on your CV, I understand what you're trying to say. Then areas of expertise, like I said, make sure you stand out from other job seekers. So this person is proficient in MS Office, and then they can maintain computers, they have good administration and organization skills, they have attention to detail, working under pressure, how to deal with people. You see, this person is already explaining himself without even going to the work experience that is handled. So for someone who is starting out, maybe you might have just this internship, you see. So even when you're writing down your internship, just say the duties that you handled during the internship. I know most of you did your internships maybe last year. So just write what you did on the internship and how you contributed towards that organization. Because whatever you write on your CV during the internship or maybe volunteer work, that is what is going to contribute to your skills and how the recruiter is going to see you. And then the next thing is your education. If maybe you can add your high school here and your primary. And then the last thing is your referees. Have your supervisors. If it's a supervisor, make your supervisor your referee. If you haven't worked before, make it your lecturer, so that it's easy to get. It just has to be someone that can be reached out to when there is need for that. And make sure that the contact information that you provide is something that is legit and this person can be easily contacted. I think that is all for me.
Wow, thank you. Thank you very much for the wonderful discussion we've had from you. I'll just ask questions have been asked on the chat, and I'll just request our viewers to write their questions on our Facebook page and again on the chat so that we can answer them. But I just start with the first question. Gidua asked, kindly give a sample of a cover letter for a fresh graduate pursuing agriculture.
Agriculture, I don't think okay, cover letters, I don't think I have one for agriculture.
Maybe you can just take him through that, how to amend it to look agriculture, because again, they're almost the same. You have shared a sample cover letter.
Yeah, CVs are more or less the same. You just have to edit it according to the industry that you're working on. So I don't think I have one for an agricultural person. Maybe if we share one for someone in the legal.
Maybe something related to that.
This is not actually related, but it's someone who has just worked for 2 years.
Okay.
So like I said, the first two paragraphs should explain why you are applying to the job and where you saw the job. So like I wish to express my interest in that position that you saw, and then where you saw the job. So this is where you write where you saw the job,
maybe
the website or something.
You shared it. Sorry.
Sorry?
You can share it if you have it. But not yet.
Yeah,
shared.
I can share after the presentation.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. So here you'll explain the keywords that you have. So for someone in agriculture, so instead of saying I have 2 years of expertise in client management, legal registry, this is where you bring in your skills in agriculture. You see, okay, so someone in agriculture, maybe I don't know how I don't know the keywords that someone in agriculture uses. I can't think of anything. But yeah, you have that. You should have that here, so that you just have to explain yourself. It's like talking to someone, but you're talking on paper. You see. So whatever you do, or the information you have about agriculture, that is what you write here. And then here you introduce your, you introduce your ability to work with people, your flexibility, your time management, because you're just starting out, you're not someone that has worked in different companies. So probably the skills that you have are excellent, maybe time management skills, team collaboration, you see, stuff like that. That is what you have in your first paragraph. Then the second paragraph, if you've done internship, you can introduce that here, you see, and how that internship helped you towards the role that you're now applying to. So for instance, you see this lady, she says she's a trainee advocate at that part, and then she's an accomplished change and decision-making professional. This is someone who when approached or when given something can easily create ideas or give solutions towards that role. So this is where you explain that this skill that I have can easily help you in this role that you are applying, that you are looking to fill in. So the idea here is just explain yourself and how you feel that your information or the skills that you have are relevant to that role. Be as objective as possible on what you write on your cover letter, because it is what is going to be used to gauge you towards the job that you're applying to. And then have soft skills in your cover letter. So soft skills are something like, it's not the core skills that you have for the job, it's the interpersonal skills that you have as a person. So like team management, organization, and communication. These are the things that make you better equipped to get the position. And then if you have worked in different roles, you can introduce that here as well. Just say what you did in the previous roles and how it relates to the current role that you're applying to. And then maybe just say, then you can add that they can see your CV in case they have questions or if they want to reach out to you. Be open, tell them that you're open to an interview or a discussion once they're done reading your CV. And then of course you have to thank them for that job, so that in case you get it, you say that you are considered for the position. It's just like thanking them in advance. And then your sincerely and your name. Questions?
Thanks a lot, Maureen. There's a question from first an appreciation from Dr. Asanath, Kisii University. Dr. Asanath is saying, thank you very much, a very informative session. She's very appreciative for this. I'll also need to read a question from Dominic. Dominic is asking, let me start from Okumu. Okumu is asking, are CV formats also dynamic from time to time?
Yeah, CVs change. CVs do change every day because there's something called an ATS. So an ATS is an applicant tracking system. So every time that you apply for a job, the ATS system picks on the keywords that are on your CV and are on the job description. So your CV, you should always change your CV and your cover letter to each job that you are applying to, because the ATS system will compare the keywords on your CV and the keywords that the job description has. So if you use one CV to keep applying to different jobs, your chances of getting a job is going to be hard, because first of all, you're not even using the keywords that they have in the job description. It's hard to give you a job if you keep doing the same thing every day. You have to be interested in the job. By interest, you have to, every day you edit your CV according to the job application that they are giving, so that the ATS system can recognize your CV and make you better equipped to getting the role.
Thank you very much. I have another question from Dominic. Is saying, how could I write my CV to be presentable on the part of achievement if I have none, just a fresh graduate from college?
Yeah, so like I was saying, if you just graduated, you see, you don't have, there are things that you see, like this lady, So if you're just graduating, it won't be career highlights. You can just say achievements. You see personal achievements. You see something like this. If you just graduated, maybe you did a report at some point, or maybe you had teamwork with your colleagues.
Maureen, maybe you could share just a minute. If you could share, you've shared the different one.
Yes. Okay. It's already. I can share this once I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah. So, for instance, you can say something like this: I am a gifted communicator, adept at forming strong relationships with clients, employees, and management levels. This is something that anyone can be able to do, you see, because if you can communicate perfectly, if you are good at teamwork, if you can easily give maybe advice to people around you, it automatically makes you better equipped to get a job. So for instance, if you're just starting out, you can focus on your achievements, on your personal achievements. It doesn't have to be a job that you did. It doesn't have to be because you are not working yet. So make sure that whatever you are portraying to your employer is something that made you stand out from the rest of the applicants. This is where your excellent time management skills come in. This is where your ability to come up with spot on ideas come in. So just have something that makes you different from the rest of the people. It doesn't have to be something that you have worked on, you see? It is just something that makes you stand out when they're choosing between a line of applicants. Did I answer your question?
Yes, answered. Maybe we go to the next question from Malak Ohuru Metoba asks, just to ask, during an interview, when you are asked to tell the interviewer your weaknesses, how could you address them to ensure that they don't bar you from being successful in the interview? Yeah, the question we usually ask, what are your weaknesses? Yes.
Yeah, that's a tricky question. So you see, a weakness doesn't have to be something bad. You see, a weakness is something that that maybe makes you not achieve your goal while working. So, and when you say when you ask something about your weakness, you can say the weakness and how you're working to make it better. Just don't say the weakness and leave it at that. Because when you say it like that, it means that you're not even making an effort to do better at it, you see? So your weakness, maybe you can say something like, I am not so good at time management, but it is something that I'm working on a daily basis. So I am trying to achieve my targets before my deadlines. And I believe that this role will help me implement that idea that I currently have. I am sure that if I get this position, I can be able to better manage my time, and I can be able to better do everything that I'm supposed to do before the deadlines. You see, you can say a weakness and how you're making it better. Just don't say the weakness.
Yes, thank you very much. Gidua is asking, you remember the question we asked, tell us about yourself. Huh? How should we answer that question when it's asked? Tell us about yourself.
Right, so you're just starting out, you're fresh from campus, you haven't worked, and then someone asks you to tell your story. Don't start telling them like I'm from a family of 4, I am the firstborn, and now I need this job because we don't have. You see, just what they are asking you about is why do you think you are good for this role? It's like someone asking you. It's like someone asking you, why do you think we chose you? You see. So maybe a good way to answer this question would be, I just completed my bachelor's in, maybe if you did communications and PR. So you can say I just completed my bachelor's in communications and PR, and right now I'm looking to get into the digital marketing sector or something like that, because I believe that my skills both my education and personal skills that I've already acquired will assist me towards the implementation of your organizational objectives. So combine your skills that you already have, and then with the skills that you gain from your academic background, and how these two things will assist you in getting the role. Because whatever they're asking you is, why do you think you are good for this role? You see, if you're already in the job market, say something about where you previously worked. What do you think you achieved in your previous role, and what do you think you're going to make better if you get this job? So just explain your previous role and how that role and this role relate towards you getting better at the role that they're recruiting for. Did I answer?
Yes, you did. There's a question from Mburu Maina. Mburu Maina first is very thankful for Corporate Career Academy and the Brighter Monday for the great partnership and the session. Then she is asking, when you are submitting your cover letter and CV, should they be in hard copy or soft copy?
Well, everything is going digital right now. I don't think anyone will ever ask you to send in hard copy unless it's a government job. They're the only ones that are still asking people to send the hard copies. But anytime you're submitting your CV, make sure that it's in PDF and it's in soft copy. Why do I say PDF? This is because PDF doesn't alter the way your CV looks when you use it on different laptops. When you present your CV in Word, it kind of distorts with every laptop that you get. But something that is in PDF is something that is not easy to distort. So you might, it won't change the font, it won't change how the format looks like. The way you receive it is the way the recruiter will get it. The way you send it is the way the recruiter will get it. So it's advisable to always send your CV and your cover letter in soft copy.
Yeah, thank you very much. Kennedy, thank you for your compliment. He's happy with the session. The other question I want to ask now, what I've been asked before, when you are asked how much are you asking for your salary? You are done with the interview. Yes, what's your salary expectation? That's a question I find many interviewers are not able to answer. Maybe you can just give them an hint on that.
Yeah, I think for that question, there's no sure way of saying that this is the correct way. But just a couple of ideas. If someone asks you about your salary, that how much would you expect for this role? First of all, make sure that you researched the company. This is where this comes in. When you research a company, you can easily find out the jobs that they have and the salary ranges for different positions as compared to the job market. It's easy to range a particular role in the job market. So once you know how much this role should be, it's easier for you to bargain, you see? If you don't know what you're bargaining for, it's not easy to say that this is my salary expectation and this is what I want, you see? But once you understand your value in the job market, it's easy for you to have that bargaining power when you ask about your salary expectation. And then something else that I think will work out, when you're asked about your salary expectation, maybe you can ask these people, what was your budget for this position? You see, now you've already transferred the question to the employer. It's either they give you they'll give you a range of what they wanted you to get. So if it's something that works for you, you'll take it. If it's not, this is where you now start telling them you can negotiate about this. So there's a lot of ways you can easily go around the salary expectations questions. If you need more of it, you can just visit our site on the Career Center. We have a lot of information about interviews, how to negotiate your salary, the salary, how markets are paying in different roles. There's a whole report about that on Brighter Monday. So you can easily gauge yourself for different roles.
Wow, thank you very much. I believe we have answered almost all questions. Thank you very much, Muwira from Kisii University. Thank you very much. So I just wanted to understand again, the other question I find graduates finding it very hard to answer it, especially those who are making a career change. Where are you leaving your current job? That's a question most employers will always ask. What is the most excellent way to answer that?
So I think the most excellent way would be why you're actually leaving. So why would you be leaving your job? I think it starts with you. You see, do you have a reason why you're leaving your job? Are you leaving because of the salary? Are you leaving because you want to change your industry? Are you leaving because maybe you are fired? You see, there are different reasons why people leave the job. So I think it's going to depend from person to person. But if you're leaving because you're looking to get into something else, maybe you can say, in my previous role, I handled sales and maybe customer service. And I found that my interest in sales was more than my interest in customer service. I found myself better equipped at selling than speaking to customers. You see, these are different things. So just identify where your strengths are, and if this is what is working for you, tell that employer that as my passion is in this, I feel like making this transition, I will be better equipped to handle any role that comes within this industry. And this is where I'm trying to change into the next one. So when you're changing, you can either start from internship, you can have transferable skills for the two roles so that you can easily move between one department to another. So I think that is something that is going to depend with everyone.
Okay, thank you very much. Any question from our viewers? Any question? Yes, let me just check one here. Right. Okay, Mara again is asking Ouru, an inspirational presentation. Can you let us have Maureen's contact address or channel our request as we strive to reach more recruiters? Maybe you can just channel your request to careeracademyke@gmail.com. Then we'll be able to reach them to Maureen and then give you this feedback. Yeah. But yes. Maureen, any contact you can provide also?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me at Maureen or at brightermonday.co.ke. Or you can just email info@brightermonday.co.ke and someone will definitely get in touch.
Okay.
Or you can also follow us on our social media pages. It's just Brighter Monday Kenya for all across. So that is on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and IG. So anytime you reach out to us, someone will definitely get back to you, either via call or email, so that they can assist you with anything that you might need.
Yes, Chega Lores is asking a question. When you are asked several questions at the same time, how do you answer them?
So what kind of questions are you asked at the same time? Because if you are asked several questions, there's no way you're going to answer several questions at once. You'll have to start with the one that you understood first, right? It's like speaking to someone and then they give you a lot of things to say. I believe that you're going to start with what you understood first, and then you'll ask them, sorry, I didn't get the next one. Would you mind repeating? I think it's just a matter of courtesy, and it's going to be easy.
So thank you very much, Maureen, for that presentation. I just want to appreciate one. This is Chega again. He's saying he's from Lukenya University in Eastern Kenya. Thank you very much for the educative session. We appreciate Chega for your attendance. So thank you very much, Maureen, for joining our session today. And thank you to our viewers and our students, those who are aspiring. This was a graduation special for those who are graduating. I know my university, Chuka University, is graduating. We also take this chance to wish you all the best in your graduation. Kisii University, Dr. Asana, thank you for reaching to us. Madam Lily from Lukenya, thank you very much. Madam Masimbiri from Mount Kenya University, and all those who are present here. Thank you very much for organizing your time and your students to be able to attend this. And for those who have joined us, The Corporate Career Academy is an idea to ensure that we are able to bring the corporate world understanding to the students and the young professionals. So our work is just to link you to professionals, link you to professional bodies, the likes of Brighter Monday, so that you are able to get this knowledge. And when you go to the interviews, you are able to succeed. So see you next. Our next session will also focus on many ideas. Should you have a question, a clarification, a speaker you want to see in your industry, whatever you are interested in, send to us, write to us at careeracademyke@gmail.com. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Corporate Career Academy to enable you to be able to see videos we have done before, the presenters whom we have met before. Also, should you feel that you want to speak to students, we are open. This is an open discussion. We're just the bridge between you and the students and the future industry. So Maureen, in the Corporate Career Academy, we call them the future leaders. You are speaking to future leaders. And we believe by doing this one, we have empowered somebody to make a better decision tomorrow. May you have a good afternoon. Thank you for keeping time, and may God bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Maureen, any closing remarks from your end?
Thank you so much, Livingston. This was an absolute pleasure. It was a very good way to meet all of you guys. And my closing remarks would be, if you haven't created a profile on Brighter Monday, this is probably the time, because a lot of people are hiring during this session. So if you're not on Brighter Monday yet, I would advise that you create your profile, make sure it goes to 100%, write your CV. You can follow those guidelines that I've given, write a CV and a cover letter. Make sure that you have a complete profile with the relevant information. If you have a problem with writing your CV, you can reach out to us. That is at info@brightermonday.co.ke, and someone will definitely get in touch with you and assist you through the CV writing process. Other than that, happy holidays.
Wow. Yeah, thank you very much, guys. We have disabled the live presentation. Maybe if you have any question for Maureen, we are not live now. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
If you have any question, I can enable you to ask any question. Maureen, I know you may have some. We have 3 minutes. I like finishing within time.
Okay.
And then as they are here, I'll also ask them to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of these discussions and get to know what people are saying. Yes, so I'll give room for questions. If any of us has any question, you can just share them here. Guys, any question from your end before we complete it? You can just do it on the chat, or if you want to ask, you can raise your hand. This way you can ask a personal question. It's now not live. We can ask a personal question. You can raise your hand and anything you want to ask so that we don't also keep you here. The session is all done. Maureen, do you see any question?
No, but I'm sharing.
I've seen some hands up. Maybe yes, I enable them to ask. Huh? Yes, you can unmute Oppo AX. I don't know which Oppo AX, and I really appreciate that you can unmute. Yes, you mention your name, then you can ask your question. Hello.
Yes, hello, I'm Felix.
Yes, Felix.
This conversation is quite helpful, but however, I have a concern. When you are writing your cover letter, who do you refer to in your receiver's address? Could be the manager, could be the HR. Who do you write to that part of the receiver's address?
Maureen, I think he's asking who's your referee. When you are asked about the referee, who do you include as your referee?
Okay. I think
Hello, Maureen. Hello, Maureen. we seem to have lost Maureen. Guys, kindly.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, you can just answer that.
Yeah.
Hello, Maureen. Hello, Maureen, you can hear us?
Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah.
You can hear now.
All right. So I'm saying when you're addressing your cover letter, you can, if it's not mentioned in the job description, you can just say, "Dear hiring manager," because probably the person who's going to receive your cover letter is the person who is hiring for that position. But if they gave out a name, just write "Dear" and then give out the name, like "Dear Maureen Onyango," so like that. But if it's not given, you can just say "Dear hiring manager" or "Dear human resource manager."
Okay. I saw Maina Mburu raise his hand. Maina, are you still in? Maina, any question from your end? In the absence of any hand up, Maureen, we just wish to again thank you very much for coming to the session today. That you have really made it very good for us to be able to engage and share. So I've just shared our YouTube channel. You can just subscribe, share with friends, like it, so that you can get an updated. We have done sessions on accounting, finance. We have done sessions on the marketing, digital marketing. All of them are in the YouTube channel. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. I've shared the link to enable us also be able to reach you. Should you have a question, drop it to us at careeracademy@gmail.com, or you can also do it at Corporate Academy, both on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you very much, Maureen. Allow me to end the session here, and may God bless you. Say hi to Montet, and I'm very grateful for the team for the support you have given us today.